Hello, welcome back to Otter Pop Culture. Today we're going over the Oklahoma-based duo band called Sports and their fourth album called Get a Good Look. So, I have had a weird kind of relationship with them. I loved their first album, Naked All the Time. They came out in 2015. I loved it, the song that kicked me off into getting into them was Panama, and I love Panama. It's still a good song to this day. I recommend listening to it. And then I went on to kind of listen to more for their stuff, like I listened to People Can't Stop Chillin', came out 2016, and then Everyone's Invited, came out 2018. I did not review those two because But anyway, I listened to those two, and I didn't really care for People's Can't Stop Chilling because I felt like it was a little too chill. And then we got into Everyone's Invited, and I felt like there was a little bit of a, rise, but I just wasn't really, sold. So when they started to release singles for this album, in my head, I was like, okay, well, I'll just give it a try. If I like it, we'll go on, So here I am, giving it a try. And I have to say, it is definitely better than the last two albums. I will say that. I think that this album definitely has a couple songs that might grow on me. I'm not sure yet, but I felt like the start of the album also didn't have a great start for me personally. But I felt like on the other half, after the intermission, I felt like something changed where the sound just got more, just hit harder. I just felt like it just gave you more, I felt like there was a lot more, I felt like there's songs that didn't take itself seriously, and there's songs that just really hit home with a lot of, topics, and the production got even more creative. I don't know what happened, but I felt like the first half was just okay, and the second half was really, really good. So let me kind of break down some of this to kind of describe what I mean. By the way, I don't really know what's happening in Oklahoma, but this is the third band that I know, third musician / band that I know that have come from Oklahoma. So I don't really know are they slowly building a musical hub, which would be kind of cool, because I feel like Oklahoma is one of those spaces where it's just a matter of time before it gets gentrified until people want to until they start building more things, just come to us, we actually have stuff now, or whatever. But it felt like, in my mind, I never really seen Oklahoma as a place to go to, more as a go through. So, the fact that there's more artists are coming from it makes me think, I wonder if that's going to be a thing. If it's going to grow into that kind of, new, how Chicago and I think there's Minnesota even starting to have one. And I definitely, or Nashville kind of space like that, it's starting to, I wonder if Oklahoma's going to have its own thing. I hope it's Tulsa. I really want Tulsa to do better. I really want Tulsa to just become the best city ever. Anyway, back to this. So, going into this album, the first half, Call Me Anytime, was a bit longer than it should be. I did get the idea of the atmospheric direction of it. You're supposed to just feel it out and supposed to give you the attitude of the album. But I felt like I could have got that a little bit within 3 minutes, because it was 4 minutes and 25 seconds, and I felt like that was a little bit longer than it should be. Going into the look, I felt like that was kind of lukewarm. I felt like, okay, well, maybe this does feel nice, but I didn't really feel like it was pulling me in. Baby Baby, which is, when we start talking about actual, topics, this one feels like, I like the topic, but I also felt like it just left things open, if that makes any sense. I felt like it just went from, it's talking about codependency, and the idea that his emotions are dependent on his partner's emotion. And so, in that space, he wants to immediately kind of shut down the feelings of what's going on. Are you feeling sad? Just don't feel sad. Maybe try to comfort you, but then he seems like that comforting is not working. And I feel like what he's trying to figure out is how to comfort this person without sucking in his own codependency, or without having their codependency be so in the front face of this issue. I feel like the song is going to grow on me. I just didn't start it because I was like, I still don't really know. There's lyrics I wish that hit harder to know what they're talking about, because when he explains it, it makes sense. But I don't feel like the song, if I didn't know his explanation, I wouldn't know what he's talking about. And I think that's a problem. Going into the next one, which is this is where I start liking these songs. I definitely love Never Know. I think that was a really good one. This one talks about just the idea that I feel like he's talking about not knowing how to communicate with his lover, with his partner. And he's like, and I cry, but I don't know who's to blame. I want to, you want it to come naturally, but I can't find that side of me. I wish I could take you back in time. I could be someone else. I could be your type. So it seems like he doesn't feel like he's good enough in this situation. It feels like he thinks that that if he was a different person, or if he go back in time and change up all these things, that maybe they could have better communication. But it's that part I definitely feel like I kind of get, but I do like the song. The production's really nice. Tell You Something, this one talks about the idea of pretty much the anthem of uncertainty. And this one talks about the idea of him trying to learn to verbalize his feelings. And I feel like this is definitely something that hits home for me personally. But I feel like I feel like this song does a really good job breaking down exactly that feeling of it. And maybe that's what they're doing with Never Know too, because I feel like there's a feeling you can feel, but I felt like it's sometimes metaphors and kind of leaving it open, for me, doesn't really hit hard for me, because I was just like, okay, wait, let's go back and break that down. But this one definitely breaks it down. Trying to be myself, but I just couldn't back it up. Every time I say something in my mind, it never seems to come out right. Sometimes I feel like I should sometimes it feels like staying quiet in the night. So he feels like he can't really translate those thoughts to words. And whenever he does, it just tumbles out, and it's not really the best thing. And he's like, why can I just, sometimes I wish to just not. I just didn't say anything. So that way, no one can know what's going on. I don't feel embarrassed by this, word fumble. Don't get me started. I couldn't even. I didn't know what the hell it was talking about, to be very honest. Going intermission, I felt like that was a really nice intermission. And then we get into the good songs. Ordinary Man, I love this kind of dark production that comes with it. I feel like this song's talking about the idea of wanting to dress like he wants to dress and look without falling into trends. Because he feels like all these people don't really want you to dress like you want to dress. They want you to kind of conform into whatever trend is at that time. For example, he says, find a way to be myself without the look I like. And then he goes and says, Jesus wore his hair long because it was in style. I feel like that's very true in that direction of just like, yeah, you think about it, like, I'm sure back then to wear long hair was the thing. Like, I don't think he was just like, I'm gonna bring the long hair in kind of thing. I don't think he was doing that. But yeah, and then he goes into, I don't want to be some ordinary man, so I choose not to be so ordinary, man. Yeah, I really like that. I feel like that lyric sounds so plain and basic from me saying it that way, but singing it sounds much better, trust me. Going into Can't Be What You Think. This one, I didn't know exactly what it was about, but I definitely love the production. The production's amazing. I love the production. I can't really say anything else, because I feel like he's trying to tell this person, like, it's not what you think, whatever you're thinking. You might be overthinking things, so maybe I can help that out if we, like, break down what you're feeling, kind of thing. I guess that's what they're saying. I just couldn't tell. Everybody Wants to Be a Frog. This one's one of the things I felt like they weren't looking to take it seriously. It's just being silly. The production's really fun. I love the frog croaking in the productions as well. Have no idea what the song's about. I think they're just being silly. Damn, I'm Tired. This one is a really, really good song. The last 3 songs are so good. Damn, I'm Tired pretty much talks about the idea of he's tired of pretending to be someone else just so he can find love. And it seems like he sees that whenever he gets with these different people, he's formed himself into something else so that they could like him better, possibly forming into a thing that the person would like. So, oh, if this person is a more kind of emo, kind of into rock, and also likes to go to, I don't know, like go to a warehouse function thing all the time. So he will pretty much just adapt to that space and not really give his own stink to everything. He's like, oh, I'll conform to that, which is kind of funny. There's a song about not conforming, and this song is literally about him tired of conforming. It said, so some lyrics, it says, then I'm tired of being nice. All it does is make me sad. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna hide and be someone else just to be loved all the time. And then it goes into, if I'm not myself, who do you love? So it seems like he's trying to tell this partner this thing. It's like, you don't understand, like, you're not loving me, you're loving a form of me that I'm projecting onto you to make it seem like we get along more or have more in common than we really do. And I feel like he's really got to the point where he's like, I'm tired of doing it. I shouldn't be doing it. I should try to be more myself and have people love me for me that direction, which is, I get, harder said than done. Going into the next one, it gets hard to be lonely, or to be alone. This one talks about the idea of wanting to really be with this person, but, yeah, he's pretty much just biding his time. His time is pretty much a bore. Everything is kind of, it feels like the way that the sound of the production and the way that he sings seems like, gives me a picture of very dull kind of like picture and setting, and makes me feel like everything's just like grayish blue and just everything's so dull because all he wants to do is be with this person. I did this thing like this because he's mentioned something about opening a door of a fridge and not seeing any food, or not wanting food. But these mundane type of like things he's doing, he's like, I could blame it on money, I could blame it on the times, I can blame it on my friends, I could blame it on my diet, but none of it's true, I just want you. So he's just kind of complaining, just sad about the idea of just being alone and being single when he really wants to be with somebody. There's a Beach Boy kind of sound to it that's really nice because there's a nice harmony and falsetto in it. It's really nice. It reminds me of God Only Knows. Anyway, going into the last song, which is Get a Good Look. This one talks about the idea that people change. It's inevitable. It's one of those things that just happens. And so he's saying just like, well, I'll just read the first one I really like. I'm not the guy I picture in my head. I'm not the guy I picture in my head. They say time will fly, so get a good look while you can, because one of these days, man, you're gonna change. So I think it's exactly that. Just like as you go forward in time, there might be things you don't recognize in yourself, like, oh, I didn't know I do that now. I didn't know that that's something that I'm into now. I didn't know I went from liking this thing to not, now I'm a different person, and I feel like that's just saying that change is just something that happens with everybody. So take in and be present with who you are now and take it all in, because the next thing you know, you're going to be a complete different person, completely different person. That's pretty much what I got for this album. I definitely feel like it definitely is an improvement from the last 2 albums. I think for me, it would go Naked in Time, Get a Good Look, Everyone's Invited, and then People Can't Stop Chilling. Let me know what your order is for their albums of your best to worst kind of direction. I give this one, because I actually surprised at how well it got in the second half, but I also didn't like the first half, so I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Leave a comment below to me what you thought about this album and the band, if you've seen them live, if maybe I missed something in the lyric of what they're trying to break down, and I would love to have your input in that direction. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe button, notification bell too. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.